Hi, it's Brent Abel here, WebTennis. I want to give you a quick video here on the percentages of your ground strokes in terms of, where do you want to play your shot. And, really what I want you to look at here are some of the geometry of the court. And for example, if your opponent, let's say your opponent's player number 2 and you're player number 1, if your opponent plays a ball to this area of the court over here where you've got to move over and play a ground stroke, and the best percentage shot is going to be back cross court. And let me give you 4 really good reasons why you want to play this kind of bread and butter rally ball cross court all day long. And that is, number 1 is you are going across the lowest part of the net. I mean, the center strap here is only 3 feet high. As we get out to the net post out here, it gets as high as 3.5 feet. So if you play your shot from here cross court, you're going across the lowest part of the net, number 1. Number 2 is if you go cross court, you've got the longest length in the court that you can get. If you play it up the line in this direction, you've got a shorter distance here than if you go cross court. You've got about 2 or 3 more feet when you go back cross court. The other thing is that when you play your shot back over to cross court into this corner, and your opponent comes over here to play it, when you recover back to the middle of the court, the middle is not the true center where the center hash mark is right here. The true middle, where you sort of bisect the 2 probable angles for your opponent's shot, one which is back up the line here, or the other one is going to be cross court here. Your true middle, where you bisect those 2 angles, is slightly off to the side in here. It's not literally behind the hash mark, it's more right in here. So when you play your shot back cross court from here, you've got less court that you have to recover to get back into, to try to really kind of get back in the true middle where you bisect those 2 probable angles from your opponent. And then the 4th reason we want to do this is when your opponent plays your shot over to this part of the court, when you try to go back cross court there, if your timing is such that you're a hair late on that shot, well, what happens? The ball ends up somewhere here. If you try to take this ball and go up the line and you're a hair late, well, where does the ball go? You're right, it goes out wide. So, those are 4 really good reasons why you want to play your bread and butter ground strokes shots. You want to play them cross court. Now, I'm not saying that you don't ever want to play this shot up the line, because you do. But here's some of the challenges that you're going to face in here, and that's pretty much the opposite of what we just talked about. When you go up the line with this shot, you're going over the highest part of the net, so you don't have great geometry in terms of height working for you there. You've also got, as we said before, the shortest distance between baseline and where you play your shot here. Again, lengthwise, you're really shortening the court for yourself. And timing wise on this shot, again, if you're having to try to redirect the angle, because with the other one, the first shot that we talked about, when your opponent plays the ball back to you cross court, it's much easier to take it back along the same path that it came, rather than if you try to go up the line here and literally try to change the angle, try to change the direction of this shot. And the other thing that you want to think about here when you go up the line is that when you have to now recover, let's say you make the shot successfully, you force your opponent to come over here, your true middle now, where you bisect the 2 angles, the 2 probable angles from your opponent, you've really got to get all the way back over to the right side of the center mark here. This is not the true middle. You've really, by playing this shot up the line to your opponent here, you've really opened up a nice cross court, big hole into the court there for your opponent, and you've got a lot of court to recover. So, this is really the reason why you got to play your ground strokes cross court, your bread and butter, just as often as you possibly can, because of the percentages geometrically, also because of the percentages in terms of your timing. If you're a hair late when you go cross court, you're fine. If you're a hair late in the timing with your swing and you go up the line, you got a problem. And then of course, when you go back cross court, you have so much less court that you have to recover to after that shot to be able to really get into the middle of the court. All right, hope this has helped. Any questions, ask Brent at webtennis.net. Have a great day out there.